Welcome to a Mind Reels audio edition, which we haven't done in forever, which is awesome. It's very old school. I'm going to have to learn how to use Audacity again.
Oh, man.
Across from me this time is Sue.
Kitty corner.
If I turn far enough, you're on my left, so it'll be okay. We are joined today by our op, Bonnie, who is not operating anything today. She's morally supporting us.
Thank you.
We are all out of the cold now.
And we are sitting today chatting with Amanda Brugel.
Hello.
Amanda.
Hi. Thank you guys for having me.
So awesome.
Oh, I love it. I get to drink and chat and drink.
And we know what happened to Paul Amos when he did that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We got him drunk.
Yeah.
What?
He was just coming off a cleanse.
He was coming off his cleanse.
And he was sick.
I remember the cleanse.
Yeah.
You guys are the ones. Oh, no.
And then we sent it out with Chris Holden Reed, picked him up and took him out for drinks after.
Yeah, so
his night was not near over by the time we were done with him.
It was just getting going.
God love him.
But Amanda is here today because, well, one, she's in Sex After Kids, which is awesome.
Yes.
But you've also got a nice little series that seems to be taking off
Quite well.
very well.
Yeah.
Called Seed on City here in Toronto.
It's exciting.
Yeah, which is hilarious. I watched both episodes yesterday morning, just so I could know what I was talking about.
Thank you.
And I will say this right off the bat, I don't watch a lot of sitcoms.
Okay.
Sitcoms are my thing. I did follow Big Bang Theory for a while until I found out that none of the guys are really geeks. They're just playing geeks. And I'm like, I can't back you up on that.
No.
And if it's not...
And I just watched Hot in Cleveland until now.
And
Because
then,
I kept seeing commercials for Seed, and I was like, actually, this looks cute. And I'm like, oh, Amanda's in it, done.
Yeah.
Oh, set the PVR.
Yeah, I'll go with a Britcom. I love my Britcoms, but that's
it.
That's about it. But or an Arrested Development, which is kind of the appeal of Seed for me, because once again, it's like the whole big extended family thing.
I love it.
Yeah.
There's a nice little... I think the further we get into the series, we're going to see more layers of jokes.
You do. Much more.
I mean,
I already can't believe what you get away with saying.
Sometimes
Some of the lines
we
are
would be at table reads and people would groan and we would look at our writer Joseph and shoot him filthy looks. He is racist and he is sexist. He's homophobic. I hope he's listening. He's just a horrible person. But no, he's not at all. But he says things that we say with our friends that a lot of people have been too precious about putting on television, and I think that's what some of the appeal is too, because this is how we talk to one another.
Yeah. It's a very real.
And it's
kind of
played totally straight faced too. Like the line just comes and goes, and you're like, "What? Did I just hear that?"
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Awesome.
I love all the throwaway stuff. Sue and I were talking yesterday I mentioned Arrested Development for this very reason. It's because in episode 2 is the best throwaway Peanuts gag I have seen since Arrested Development. Where it's Billy show and tell, and the kid is up front playing the trumpet, and it sounds very much like the teacher, and then Billy kind of just puts his head down and goes, "Good grief!" I'm like, awesome.
Oh, Joseph's gonna be so happy.
It was so good. It was just a perfect throwaway moment. I'm like, that is brilliant.
Joseph Rasso, I hope you're listening. You're so happy right now.
I love that.
In LA.
How are ya? But yeah, it was such a great gag. And that's the beauty of it. There's all these little throwaway lines and moments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's real dialogue.
And it's quick. It's the thing that got me the most when I saw the pilot was that it was at a speed that we're used to seeing on American shows and even Britcoms. But in Canada, I don't know what it is. I think it's a bit condescending that we slow everything down for our audience just to appeal to the mass, the lowest common denominator.
Bonnie.
But I don't understand why jokes have to be so slow. Like, you have to announce them. It's a style of comedy that's so antiquated in my mind. And it goes...
Mr. Roper's not looking at the camera anymore to make sure you got it.
Yeah.
No, there's no... We're getting further away. Well, that being said, our production company that did Seed is also doing the first multicam with a live studio audience in Vancouver. It's coming out.
Holy crap.
We don't really use that formula. We don't have that here. And so it's nice that we've adopted sort of the American single camera style and pace.
And just fire. Yeah. Which is awesome.
Oh, good. Thanks, guys.
I love it.
I love it too.
The speed and the style, and because that's what I want from a comedy series is that you watch it once and you laugh and you really enjoy it, and then you go back and you catch all the stuff you didn't see the first time.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, good. Thank you.
And the kids are awesome.
They really are.
Aren't they?
They're so well cast.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, it was
usually kids are so annoying.
I know. It was a huge fight too, I suppose, to find the kids. It was it took a long time, and they it was a very long audition process, and they auditioned everywhere. They auditioned here, they auditioned in the States, and they finally found the two, and they're gems, they're diamonds. They're not even diamonds in the rough, they're diamonds. They're shining, they're fantastic. And it was just really exciting for me to be able to play this character, to be able, it's very far away from anything that I've ever played before, and to be able to be on television in a family, in a same-sex family that's a interracial couple with a sperm donor child.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And the fact that they don't hit you over the head with all that stuff, the fact that they just say,
this is how it is, and boom.
this is how it's just a family. We don't have to act or talk in a certain way just because we're two women and we have a sperm kid.
Even when you try, it's like, you're lesbian, so I think your secret's out.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. There's
no more discussion about it.
No. And that's what I love about it. It's not a show about that. It's just family, which is cool.
Yeah, which I really like.
And I come from a family. I
come from a family.
Do you too? I thought it was so special.
I did not.
You were hatched, but
it's true. Awful. No, it's true.
But I come from a family that, my immediate family, every person is a different race, and so this family. It sounds so crazy, but this family, it made me feel like the first time that I belonged to something that I recognize as my own, if that makes sense.
That's cool. Very cool.
It's because my mom is white, my dad, I was adopted, so my dad is Jewish and Indian. My sister is a product of them, so she's mixed, and then I'm mixed with black and white. So I grew up thinking, moms are white, dads are brown. Some people are black.
It's like Star Trek.
Yes, it is. Yeah. So
I'm a geek, I'm allowed to say that. Shut up.
I was like...
Sue's giving me that look.
Well, I'm glad you guys watched it and like it.
I loved it. And, of course, when we first spoke on the set of Sex After Kids, we talked about your favorite movie, which is why we didn't start with that question today.
Right.
Shawshank Redemption. Now, you've got tons, and I am saying tons of tattoos.
I know, I do.
Commemorating this movie.
I do.
Are they like lines of dialogue? Or are they just little...
I am getting... It's funny you asked that. I'm getting an extended line of dialogue in 2 weeks.
Really? Which one?
Well, I don't want to tell you.
In case what? In case they misspell it?
No,
I don't understand.
It's a surprise for my husband.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's different then.
It really has to do with... It's a sneak peek. It has to do with a couple of lines toward the end. He's saying things that he hopes for.
Oh, okay.
And so...
Yeah.
It's something between us that's very special, and so I'm getting it blazed in my skin.
Blazed.
That's what I call it, because it really feels like. Do you guys have tattoos?
I've got one. I've got my shield.
Oh, did you say not yet? You're gonna get one?
Oh yeah. I've been planning it for years.
No, then get it. You can't plan it anymore.
I know it's expensive though.
No, you're right. It is.
Like, live in
I literally did mine.
No, you're right. You're right. It is. It's very expensive.
Yeah, I did mine just literally on a whim. I was walking by and going, I'm just gonna wander in and I'm gonna see if there's like any time. And there's like, yeah, I just had a guy cancel. I'm like, I want that one. Let's do it. I just sat there and was like, anytime you want to get started, buddy. I'm like, no, we're halfway done already. So cool. I'm tough.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah.
I'm a man.
That's Superman to prove it.
Yeah. I wanted to get one of me all over, but taller.
Oh my god. Oh,
that's not my joke, just so you know. Stephen Wright.
Say it's not.
That's a Stephen Wright.
But there's something about that movie that's so wonderful because of the through line of hope throughout the whole thing, and I watch it a lot, and every time I do, I get something different out of it, and every time I do, I feel invigorated afterwards. Like if there's something that I'm doubting or I'm worrying about, and it just picks me up after.
Now,
a while.
I just did this morning with E.T. because I'm working on my list of movies at home, and
which we just saw in the theater.
And we just saw it in the theater again too. Yeah,
that was the first movie I saw in my life.
Was it really?
Yeah,
that's awesome. But there are parts where I can just throw it on in the background and not watch it. Listen to it. But there are parts where you have to watch.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, what parts are those in Shawshank for you? Like, can you just throw it on?
There's
and
so
then
many.
You have to sit and watch this part. And
the opening shot of when they're coming into the prison, it has to do with the music, and it's just for something that's always gotten me. And this sounds really cheesy. I'll think back to where I've been standing, what apartment, what clothes I've been wearing when I watch it.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you. I look back on who I've been and where I've been every time that particular shot comes up. It's a nice little check-in to see where I've sort of traveled throughout my life. But when it's the night that Andy breaks out of the prison and Morgan Freeman's talking and saying that all it takes is pressure and time for a person to crack, that resonates with me so much. And so I have to, wherever I am, if I have my baby, I'll just drop him. Yeah, he's fine.
It's fine.
Whatever I'm doing, sex, stop for a second. I just go. Not that I watch Shawshank Redemption.
I was about to say, because then I'm going to look at that movie in a whole different
No, don't
way.
do it.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to. No, I don't. But it's that scene, and then, I mean, at the end when Morgan Freeman's talking about hope, and I hope to see my friend and shake his hand.
Oh, I love that.
I hope the Pacific is as blue as it has been in my dreams. So it's, those are the scenes that stop me in my tracks.
Okay, now we started this game with Mary Croner. If you could be in Shawshank Redemption, who would you play?
Play? That's a good one. Oh, dear. Morgan Freeman.
I love his voice. He could do anything.
He could do anything.
Yeah.
He really could.
I love his monologue finally when he comes to the end and he settles into himself and he realizes that he thinks that he's going to be in prison forever and he's never going to be pardoned. I love that little piece. I love him finding the rock under the rock. I love who he is. I love the friend that he is to Andy. And I have so many close friendships. None of them have been made in a prison.
Yet.
It's been close a couple times. But I love that character and I love the friendship that he has with Andy because I feel like I have some similar friendships.
That's awesome. Very cool.
Thanks.
Now, I'm just throwing this one out there because we did throw a couple others at Mary just to see
Yes, we sure
what
did.
she would do and improvise and blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
If we put you in a James Bond movie,
Oh, God.
which one would it be and who would be your Bond?
See, I'm so bad because I don't really know James
That's
Bond.
good then.
That's
See?
my girl.
She was like, who? Double what?
Okay. That noise was me. Thinking, that's what I do when I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. The most recent one,
Skyfall.
Skyfall. I was going to say Sky Traffic, but that's...
That's a plane movie, I think.
The villain.
Javier Bardem.
Oh, my God.
He was really good.
The choices that he makes in that and the pause he gets, he doesn't have to do this whole villain thing all the time, and he's so funny and light, and I loved him.
He was really good in it.
So yeah, I would be.
Yeah, the first time I saw it, I don't think the entire audience got what he was doing with his character.
Okay, good.
Because there were a couple titters, and I'm like, no, those are valid choices he's making.
That's a choice.
Yeah.
That's a choice.
Yeah, and I've watched it like 3 times since, and I'm like, he's just phenomenal.
Oh, he's phenomenal.
And watching him and Craig go
head to head.
head, they are just fantastic together.
Well, because he easily could have wiped the floor with Craig, but he holds his own and sort of stands up and still keeps Bond, even though Javier's throwing all of this just wacky stuff at him. I love it.
Yeah, it was
I love
so
it.
cool.
Yeah,
Very
so that's who
right.
I would be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Sex After Kids.
Okay.
Which is awesome. We've only seen it the once, sadly.
So far.
What did you guys think, really? Now
Honestly,
that you're on tape and you're friends with everyone.
The director.
Tell
and
me the
writer,
truth.
I
all
told
those
Jeremy
guys.
right after I saw it, I went up to him and said, as much as I loved Paul Shepard, and I loved Paul Shepard, unlike Sue, it did not beat The Muppets as my favorite movie last year. It was number 2. But I said, as much as I love Paul Shepard, for me, Sex After Kids was leaps and bounds over what he'd done with it.
Jesus.
And I loved the character work. I loved everything in it. It was just, it was, I don't want to say a much more real piece because Paul Shepard has a very documentary feel,
Fair,
but
yeah.
it spoke to me in a whole different way, and I loved it. I loved everything about it. I laughed a lot.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
You can't not laugh.
No.
No, you can't. Even if it's just uncomfortable laughter, you can't. That's peppered in because I
Yeah.
uncomfortably laugh all the way through it. So,
But you took some, well, I don't want to say risks, but
no risks. Big,
okay.
big,
Or
big,
were they risks?
Big
Okay.
girl risks.
But-
Showed boobies. Big,
The
big
Wives
risks.
Club party thing
Yeah. But I was just
could have been a risk.
because I'm watching it, I'm going,
think
oh my God, I've met this woman, and
Now her
wow.
boobs are there.
No, there's nothing at all ever to be ashamed of there. I mean, you rocked everything
Oh.
in that. I'm like, we
Well,
spoke
God
about
bless
that
all
like
of
just
you.
the other day. The only thing we couldn't really believe in Sex After Kids was that Peter Callahan was no longer attracted to Amanda Brugel. We're like, how is that possible?
You guys are full of crap. But it's so nice to hear it. I'll take it.
That was like the only thing. We're like, what's wrong with him?
Aw, that's such a lovely compliment. Thank you. It was for
I
me.
said your character and Ennis's were my two favorites that felt the most real to me.
That's so lovely. I think.
And I was like, there's no way he wouldn't still be attracted to her.
Yeah.
She is adorable, standing there in her little t-shirt, holding her little baby with her little sweatpants
Right?
on.
Oh my god, sweating.
Yeah,
Just
like a mess.
So sweating all the time. It was sort of like my husband hasn't left me for Kristen Booth, but it was sort of a. I really wanted to push the sadness in her because I kind of went through the same thing when I had my child. I gained 100 pounds and I identified with a certain aesthetic and a certain quality in myself that I thought made me valid as a person. I'm talking about looks, and then I had to go through a point where I didn't really feel attractive anymore. So I really, really identified with this character and loved the fact that it was going to be Peter Callahan and then everyone else. I think everyone else is the one thing I love about the movie is that everyone is so strong. My favorite character is Mary.
I adore Mary.
The scene with her and the flower and she's crying. Am I spoiling it?
No.
I've seen it.
Okay. Oh yeah, you guys have seen it. Okay, you were there. Okay. So.
And honestly, most of the people who haven't seen it and are listening, they want to know anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the scene, there's a scene with her at the end.
Flowers.
There's some flower.
Yeah.
Some crying.
Some crying.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So I thought it was so well executed. And I have to be quite honest. When we were shooting and when we were done, I was really worried. There's a lot of scenes that we didn't have time and we had no budget, and there were some scenes where we shot 2 takes or one take, or it didn't feel like we shot it at all. Maybe we haven't. So I thought, what is going to be pieced together? And I know it wasn't just me. I know there was some of us that were a bit worried, not at all in Jeremy's ability, because Jeremy is so brilliant and he's such an amazing writer, and he had everything scheduled perfectly, and Jen was wonderful. It was just, some of us are on huge budget shows where you get take after take after take, and that doesn't work out.
Yeah.
How do you do 2 takes
and then that's
on the fly in a park and then expect it to work? And it did.
Yeah, and it looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
They did. The crew is phenomenal. It looks much more expensive than it is. It looks so. We were really, really, really blessed.
Nobody looks as hot as they actually were?
No.
Because that was a hot summer.
You guys were there that time.
I was there. I was there that day. Yeah.
Tim was in the park. I was in the Dodgers during the.
That's right.
When Chris and Christine were doing
their little bar meetup.
Yeah.
Oh, was that hot? It was.
Oh my god, it was ridiculous.
It was so hot.
I almost cried for Christine Horn having to put that jacket on.
Yeah.
So when you saw, here's a question for you, because I just spoke to her the other day. When you saw the scene with Christine, did your eyes light up a bit? Mine certainly did. Good Lord, that woman is such a gorgeous,
I know,
gorgeous piece of person. I was going to say something else with a P, but I.
It's the internet. We can say whatever we want.
That's right.
So.
And we're in a pub.
Yeah. No, I was like, wow. But
Yeah.
I think I said that to you right after I met you on the set. Anyways, that this is one of the only films where I have a crush on every female lead in the film. It was just I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And Chris Holden Reed.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes.
Now he's not coming on the show in 2 weeks.
Is he coming?
He is coming on the show.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah, we've got it all set up.
Me and Tim are going to have a
We're gonna have a
Brogoff.
Brogoff.
I don't even know what that
A
is.
Brogoff. We're gonna both pull out the Scottish accents and we're just gonna go for it. And I didn't think he'll be able to keep up with me.
No, I don't think
I'm
he
just
will.
saying.
I don't think
It'd be
he will.
great.
I'm just going to drink off to
Yeah,
the side.
you just drink. You just drink.
Not ginger ale either.
He's
Yeah, to
all
make
of the
Polar Bear
guys.
Month.
See, that was I think one of my things is that all of the men in the movie I had little wee crushes on.
Probably. It's a good looking cast.
Wanted to work with, and I tend to have crushes on someone's sense of humor. They can look like a beast, but if they make me laugh, then it's fantastic.
I'm in like Flynn.
You do not look like a beast. You're
okay.
not.
Oh, thank you.
But so it was lovely to get together and know that we were all going to be in the same movie together, especially for Shannon, Zoe, and I too, because we're best friends. So
Besties.
yes, it's wonderful.
See, which is great because now Amanda will go back and say, "Look, I've tried to talk to them, Zoe. They're great."
Yeah,
We're still working on Zoe.
I know you are.
Yeah.
I don't.
Has she warned us?
And
Has
Shannon.
she warned you?
Oh God, no. And Shannon. I think Shannon's.
I think Shannon would be up for it.
Shannon's up for anything.
Yeah.
Really.
Or
Yeah. No, that's what I'm kind of trying to say. Really.
that's what I've got to try. Leave it to me.
Yeah, Shannon's a bit.
No, we've got.
I've called every guest a whore for the last couple of weeks.
You really have.
Well,
No, we
I got a lot of buttons unbuttoned, so I'm kind of.
Mary Croner was the original whore.
Was she?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
That's where it came from. But we will get Zoe. I have no doubts we'll get Zoe at some point. Just
Well, have you guys talked to Anna?
Yes.
we've had. Which Anna are we talking about now?
Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, I just...
Oh,
Anna
so-
Silk.
Yeah.
Yes, we've had her on the show twice.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
lovely. I was gonna say maybe you could do a whole little gaggle, but
And we're friends on Facebook.
you got the in.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Oh, we were born in the same town, so, we have a history.
What town is that?
Fredericton.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where were you born?
Creemore?
We have a
cheers.
beer.
Right? Hello.
I was born before there was beer.
So, and we've got Ryan working on Zoe for us anyway.
Awesome.
So, because I met her again for like the third or fourth time after the Sex After Kids show. She's like, "Oh, hi, I'm Zoe." I'm like, "I know we've met like 3 times now." And
It's
Always in a giant crowd of
Yeah,
I know.
and that's
Yeah,
what it
in
is.
her in her defense, she is.
oh yeah, she meets so many people.
Wildly talented, and she is a lot of things, but huge crowds of people.
Yeah.
Is probably
Probably
I
not
don't
her
think
scene.
for anybody
No.
is their scene. For
I
me,
don't.
it's mine because I'm 8 feet tall and I
And can still rock a heel, apparently.
stop it. And so I don't get really nervous just because I just flick you out of the way. But I think if you're wee like my little Zoe, I think it's
Yeah. But we're not worried.
I didn't even, like, when we were trying to leave, I think Zoe and Shannon, I don't know, were you sitting with them at the screening?
I was.
So you were right behind me, probably.
Yeah.
Because I believe
Yeah.
they were in the row right behind me, but I wanted to go the other way, where all the people weren't, so that I could
Yes.
just leave, and then all the people at the end of the row wanted to stop and talk to Zoe, so I was
Yeah.
like, Mother of God, I can't even get out of here.
It's in Santa Barbara because we went to the Santa Barbara Film Festival. It's a phenomenon that it's we would go into stores, we would go walk down the street, we'd be sitting at a cafe and it would just cause
Wow.
a ruckus, which is kind of fantastic.
It's kind of neat.
I think, yeah, it's kind of cool. Just as long as you don't end up having a lot of haters afterwards, but only having the one hater is
Yeah,
amazing.
only one is fine.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Use that to our advantage.
I don't have
Totally.
one yet, so I'm hoping that somehow.
We can probably find you one.
Can you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's hard. I mean, I have
don't
them in
think
life,
it's
a
hard
lot of them. I just don't know, like a lot of them.
I just choose to ignore them in life.
Yeah. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm sure I must.
If I ignore it, then it's
I've
just
seen me. I
don't
must
exist.
have tons of haters. No.
I get mad at my cat.
Mhm.
Oh, that was such a cute little
Yep.
little sentence. Get mad at my cat sometimes.
Now, Seed it's a 13-episode series.
Seed
yes?
is 13 episodes. Right now we're on hold waiting to see if we're going to go and shoot the second season. I know, which would be amazing.
Yeah, and we'll start whoring that right away. And
Thank
say,
you.
We want a set visit.
Please. Oh, you more than I would be happy to take you on it too, or happy to set you up with. Some of the cast members. They would be happy to do it.
Yeah.
They
Well,
would love to do
which
it.
is great because as soon as I watched the first 2 episodes and when I saw Sue yesterday, I'm like, that Carrie Lynn Neal's so hot.
Okay, thank you. She is.
So hot.
She's okay. Can I give you a little tidbit about her? Even though this is my interview, Carrie Lynn Neal's. Fucking selfish, but she's number 2 on the call sheet, so she thinks she's all fancy now with her curly hair.
Right.
But which is not really naturally red. Ha!
Aw.
Boom! Again, no, it is. It is.
Okay.
Her nickname is Red. You guys can feel free to steal that. She. I don't know how much you know about her. She's been acting for a while, and sort of not banging off a lot of guest stars and a lot of parts.
Probably not the best choice of words.
I know. I
I was like, where's this going, Amanda?
don't know. I don't know where it's going. Okay, no.
Clearly not banging up the right guest stars.
Okay, no, listen. No, because she tried that and it still didn't work. Okay, wait a minute. Stop. Carrie Lynn Neals is natural red and she's not a whore. Let's start from the beginning. Okay. Well, she didn't get a lot of work for a lot of years. I was
Wow.
trying to say it nicely, but I'm just not going to say it. And she struggled, and she switched agents and suddenly started getting guest parts and things, and then auditioned for Seed. She was going to quit acting and landed Seed a year after the date that she decided to quit. A boyfriend, she'll probably tell you the story, an ex-boyfriend told her to just hang in there 5 more years and give it time. And she did, and now she's a lead and now going to go off to America, and she's brilliant. In my acting with her, I can honestly tell you, she is so present and she is so giving and generous in a scene, and not one line is ever the same, and works harder than any other members of the cast. Is a beautiful, wonderful person. She's a great girl.
Wow.
She's a whore. I'm so just joking. You guys cannot air this. Carrie, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm drinking.
That's totally staying in. It's
So
there.
I'm sure that she would be thrilled to meet you guys, and
Yeah, I just maybe it's just
something.
because of the ginger thing. I think. Like,
I could-
I was just
it could
like,
be.
wow, so hot.
it could be. You love gingers?
I honestly, I'm partial to anything, but ginger is just
Honestly,
really
anything
hot.
with a pulse.
Anything with a pulse and legs is fine.
For
but-
me, if you're a woman and you have red hair, look out.
Right?
I will come and get you.
Boom.
Yeah, just Bryce Dallas Howard.
Right?
Hello.
Christina Hendricks.
Jessica Chastain.
Oh, yeah.
She was born
Although
March 24th.
she looked like hot in Mama as a short-haired brunette, too. She had, like, black
This is
hair.
true.
And I was like,
This is
she's
true.
just
true.
ridiculously
True.
good-looking.
Maybe it's just Jessica Chastain.
Yeah.
She's it's just a redheaded woman for me. So no,
No, I can totally back you up on
I
that.
get it.
Yep.
I get it.
I was just like, wow.
I know. And Adam Corson, him and I
So
are.
funny.
He's a great guy. We're together now, and we're going to launch a line of men's boots. It's called Corson Black. His last name is Corson, and I'm black. Boom.
Boom.
I don't know if boom's gonna be in the title, but it should. Just riffing here. But it's like formally, like a very formal, rugged wear of footwear. And so we're saying that it can, footwear that can be taken from the sort of hiking on the weekend straight to the red carpet. We want like a sexy line of boots for men. We have a whole campaign, and so we're going to be launching that next year. I'm very excited
That's
about
awesome.
it. Yeah.
I want a pair.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when they come in, that's what I want them to be too. Even though they're for men, I want women to rock the hell
I
out of
like
them.
boots. I work a boot really good.
Yeah,
And a hat.
I can see. See, we
I
don't
got
have
my
hats.
sexy new
No,
steel
but I've
toe
got my
boots
hat.
for
I've got my
work.
fedora.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's
you
all
do.
right, yeah.
I've seen you in your hat, and it's lovely.
Aw.
Yeah.
Amanda just said something nice about me.
Yes, it's true.
Now, I do want to touch on this because I don't know if it applies to your set or not, but for like horror movies and dramas and anything really tense or thrillers, they say there's a lot of laughter on the set to help diffuse a situation. Now
Yes.
you're on a sitcom.
Yes.
Is it completely different? Is it more serious once the cameras stop rolling and you're like, okay, we have to focus, we get your timing down and that
Yes.
kind of, yeah?
Yeah,
It's
it's
funny
quite
when the
serious.
camera rolls.
I mean, mind you, when backstage and when we're in the green room, we're laughing. If you put all of us together as a family, we inevitably start to laugh, probably at one another, not at necessarily anything. We like to tease. We're like a family where we disagree, we fight. It's a lot of very different personalities.
Right.
Not everyone is always going to like each other at the exact same time, like a family, but we do love one another. But we're very serious about our comedy, and I do want to say that while we love each other, there's a I don't want to say it's competitive, but all of us want to be very, very good. We want to, and someone sets the bar, and then someone else wants to rise a bit above it, and then someone else, and it's a healthy competition. I think it's in a way that we respect each other so much as comedic talent that we just want to do well. So it can get serious. If you screw up a line, if you screw it up once, it's funny.
Yeah.
If you screw it up twice, it's not funny, and then you're almost at war with yourself. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But then in between, when we're not blocking and when we're not really, the cameras aren't rolling, in between we can get a little silly. We started a paddleball competition. Someone brought in a paddleball, I don't even remember who it was, and we in between takes, we would do paddle balls. So Tom Green came on, and Tom Green got addicted to our paddleball competition, and he started doing the paddleball behind his head with his eyes closed, and he almost won the competition. Yeah, he's a very interesting guy. I hope if he comes to town, you guys can maybe also try to set something up with Tom Green, because he is a strange cat. So there was a lot of fun, but we all worked.
Oh, of
hard.
course, yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny, though, that they mentioned the paddleball, because while we were on
Ping
the
pong?
Bond Girls set, they had a ping pong contest running for the entire season.
Did they?
And everybody on the cast and crew played and made it through the eliminations and everything. Yeah, it was.
That is
and we were there for the finale.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Were you?
Yeah.
Well, I have to
There
say
was a
that.
trophy with like a ping pong paddle that was also
Yeah.
spray painted
Really?
gold. And
Yeah.
See, we had something
They
like
took
that.
a label maker and put the winner's name on it.
No way! See,
So
we had
awesome.
something like that where the crew made us a whoever arrives on set first, because we would take a bit of time, and by we I mean me. Take just a like. I mean, I need to talk. I want to socialize. So on my way to set, when we're called to set, I usually kind of have to go through and have a little chat with everyone, like I'm on the red carpet or something, like I'm talking, doing interviews. But it's just you chat on your way. So in order to efficiently hustle us to set, the crew came up with you get a gold star for whoever arrives on set first, and then that became dangerous, because then we started body checking each other and like punching each other in the neck to get to set. So eventually they at our wrap party, they made a little plaque, and I know it was I think it was a plaque, or it was a medal. Adam Corson, the lead one, I think he ended up with something like 6,000 stars. I had 4, so I don't want you to get too jealous. But if you need me to be somewhere, offer me a gold star, and look at it. I'll collect 4 of them. And then paddleball, for the paddleball, we would count in the paddleball. We got up to I think it was 415 paddle balls, and I will say it was me.
Nice.
Yeah. So I hope you guys can come to set, because I'll make you.
That would be hilarious.
I'll put a little thing.
Free.
I broke it.
I broke it. Oh, but
Your eye out with that thing.
it was wonderful. I had this is my first real sort of comedy in Canada. I've done sitcoms in the States, but it was my first real stab at it here, and it's like a 12-year-long dream come true to do a comedy at home with Canadians on Canadian turf. It's not that I wouldn't want to do one south of the border. It's just we never have them, so the fact that I got to do one of the ones that came, and usually it's a pilot, and the fact that this was 13 right away, it was just everything was perfect. So
yeah, I love the fact that they got like the series right off the go.
Right off the go.
Yeah, which is great.
Your episode of Flashpoint wasn't funny remotely.
No.
That was like one of the most intense.
Well,
because it was the first half of the finale.
finale.
Yeah.
And I was a recurring on the firm too as a
Yeah.
lawyer.
Right.
I'm a naked person. I don't mind it. Are you guys naked people?
No.
No?
Amanda looks so shocked by that.
No. Yeah, I thought you were going to say yes. I don't know why.
How many layers of clothes am I wearing right now?
Really? Are you a naked person?
I don't even think I've shared any of this with Sue, but I am quite happy sleeping in the buff completely.
See?
It's just to wear clothes to bed just makes it uncomfortable. The only reason to wear clothes to bed is when you're sick, as far as I'm concerned, to raise your temperature and get a fever going.
I'm going to start saying that. You're right.
It's true. Or unless you're wearing them for somebody special, and that's completely different.
That's different, yeah.
They're
But
just
no,
meant to come off.
Yeah.
I'm as soon as I get in the door, at the end of the day, I'm like
Pants.
pants are on the floor.
Me too.
I'm quite happy to wander around in my boxers and just go, yep, all right.
Yeah. When I walk through my door, one article of clothing has to come off. I don't care which one it is. It's just I feel so like, oh, there's so much touching me.
For me, it's my coat.
Possibly my boots.
I'll
They take
one
longer
glove
though
off.
because the jacket. Yeah.
Just the one glove.
It's the one I used to open the door.
It's just interesting how I've always been a naked person on my wedding.
Wow.
Okay, no, come on. This is not going well.
Why couldn't have this been on video? The reaction to that, Tim and I, our heads both come up, Bonnie's goes down.
Mine goes down too. Every time mine goes down, Bonnie goes down. She's like, you're ruining this.
I'm enjoying this.
But okay, no, on my
Naked person on your wedding.
on my wedding, I went to it was a destination wedding, and I took 67 of my closest friends and family. And so right after I got married, I was very excited. I was very happy to be married. And so because I'm a naked person, I did Naked Bride, where I took my wedding dress off and streaked up and down the beach. And the thing that I love so much is that
Nobody
I would
called the
say no one. The cops were like, yeah, Viva la naked, or whatever you say in Mexico. Viva la naked does not sound accurate, but they I would say 80% of my guests and bridal party did it too. So I have
Boom.
amazing pictures of my bridal party and best friends
that's brilliant.
running up and down the beach naked. Shannon Beckner was there. She did not
She did not.
get naked. But
High five, Shannon.
I know, but I'll get her. It'll happen. It's gonna happen one day. This year are my vow renewals, and we're planning on doing it in Costa Rica. And Kristen Booth wasn't able to make it. Who's also in Sex After Kids. She wasn't able to make it to my wedding the first time, but I think she's going to be able to come to my vow renewal. So, naked, Kristen.
Naked.
Yeah, you guys can come naked. Sue's not looking.
I get the look now. Tim will just
Yeah,
show
right,
up
I'll be
naked.
I'm there.
at the airport.
I'm comfortable enough, sure. Yeah,
Let me
mostly
call my
comfortable
ex.
enough.
Yeah.
It's
But
called manscaping for a reason. And I'm just, yeah. This is the oddest conversation we've had on the show.
I'm so sorry. I do that.
No, it's good.
Oh, okay, good.
Who thought Tim would be talking about manscaping? I did not wake up this morning thinking I'd be bringing that up as a subject of conversation.
Well, it's I
Let
think
alone before our first movie.
I think it's like years and years and years of talking for a living, and if you can't be honest, like truly honest, and you just say sort of
Yeah.
just the really safe things, it's so boring.
Agreed.
That's just for me.
Yeah.
It's
No,
just-
I think that's a good philosophy.
yeah, good. All
I
right,
like it a lot.
take your pants off. Not now.
To finish up, what is the thing you are most looking forward to of people seeing Seed? Like, what's coming up that you're most proud of?
I'm two things. I'm most proud of the extended families becoming one family together. There are several moments in it that are just beautiful and touching and hilarious. And I'm also really, really proud and really looking forward to the fact that Michelle, my character, may be open to extending our immediate family, which is
Oh.
a maybe open to having more seeds. So
But not from XC3000.
no. Well, no. So
Makes me
that's
sound like a time-traveling robot.
no, that's really good. You're so good. So yeah, there's potential. They keep saying that it's the opportunities are endless because it is a sperm donor. So there's hopefully a lot of years left.
I hope so.
Thank you.
Because it was. I'm quite happy with the first two episodes.
Thank you.
It's, and like I said, I don't do a lot of comedies. I get very selective about what I find time to watch on television, or well, not even on television, on my computer. So to have gotten 2 episodes in, and I'm like, yeah, now I want to see the next episode. It's a good sign for me.
Awesome.
So yeah, I really like it.
The fact that you still have the first two on your
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's saying a lot too.
Yeah, it is saying a lot. Well, we're setting the foundation right now, but when we take off, we take off. So I'm excited. Hopefully you
Yeah.
guys stick around and
Well,
everybody else.
and that's the thing. We knew right from the get-go, like the first 2 episodes, you're still building the characters.
Exactly.
You're establishing
Yeah.
everything. You're
Yeah.
establishing dynamics. Once that's all in play,
Boom.
watch the fun begin.
There's still kids going to school and
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
to parties that they shouldn't be at and
Yeah,
stuff.
that kind of thing. Yeah.
Which was awesome.
Yes.
Harry will always be in it.
Yeah, and that's the
Yeah.
thing. Because I was thinking about that on the way, that the way he plays it, thank God that he's playing it the way he's playing it, because he could just come across as an arrogant ass, whereas
Yeah.
Yeah.
instead he's much more, he's an affable ass. He's likable.
Well,
It's
he doesn't even know he's an ass.
No.
He's just like being honest and saying
Yeah.
stuffy things, and he's like, "What?
Yeah.
What?"
It's a really, really fine line, and I do have to say, even though I called Carrie Lynn a whore, which I'll never live down, Adam, who plays Harry, is the exact opposite. It's interesting that he's able to tap into this goof. He is one of the smartest, most driven, well put together gentleman who is wonderful. He's just perfect at everything. He's that guy, that irritating Jewish guy. So he, sorry to Jewish people. I'm half Jewish, so.
Oh, I thought it was the irritating part.
No, he's he's wonderful. He's a wonderful man. So that he's done a real stretch in finding and tapping into Harry, because he's not like him at all.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, thank
That's
you
pretty
guys.
sweet. Amanda, thank you. That was so awesome.
You're welcome. You're
So
welcome.
glad when, yes, we'll have to get you back when the studio's open. In our comfy
Not
studio with
freezing
our
out on the
chairs and
street.
stuff. But yeah, thank you for finding the time and coming out and chat.
You're
It was
welcome.
so awesome.
Oh, great.
And,
Great.
and Sue, as always.
Tim, thank you.
You
for
rock.
having me.
And Bonnie, thank you for sitting there quietly as our op today.
Anytime.
And that is a Mind Reels audio edition for February.